What's up YouTube? Now, it's been a while since I've done a video, so I'm going to basically just give you an overview of many of the things that I found whilst going to France. And some of the things here are from the first time I ever went looking for things in France, so I didn't video them or get photographs of them, but I'm going to show you some of them now. And I'm going to move from this side over, so I'm going to start off with the brass things and then move over to the steel and everything else. So first off is a 18-pounder shell casing protector. This would go on the bottom of the shell, the actual brass casing, and there'd be rope going through here, and then you could carry them, and it would protect the primer from being struck. And it does still say 18-pounder on it here, but the camera won't pick it up, and you can see there's still original paint on it, so that one's quite nice. Next up, I'm going to show you this, which was in my last video. This latest thing I found. It's a British flare casing. As you can see there, it says Ely and London, so that's quite nice on its own there. And you can still see the cardboard in there, because there would have been cardboard casings instead of brass casings like the German ones, which I'm going to show you now. And that's one of these, which does still have the writing on it, which you can see there, and the maker's marks there. As you can see, it has been crushed, but it's still a very nice piece. And this was from the first time that I went to France to find things, so that I didn't video. So now it's just going to be on to the two casings that I don't find many of, and they are French label rounds, 8mm. So they're quite nice. You can see on the bottom there is plenty of writing, if it'll focus on it. There you go, plenty of writing on there, and the same with the other one, but as you can see the other one is in a lot worse condition. So there we go. And this was also in my last video, and I'm not sure you'll be able to tell what it is in the video, and it's out of the base of a number 80 fuse. It just holds in the second charge in the bottom, so that's just what that is. And then here we have a Lebel bullet, an 8mm Lebel bullet. And as you see, it still has part of the brass casing around it, so it hasn't been fired, which is good. And you can see on the bottom there all the writing, lengthy writing on that, so that's quite nice. And then two buttons that I found, which I do like, and I've recently found out that these are from German, I think. I'm sure they're from German, white metal buttons from a German shirt. So they're quite nice, and I've only ever found two of them, which I suppose not many of them survive. So next is something that was also in the video, and it's part of a fuse, and it's a number 106 fuse, which it does say there. Don't know whether the camera can pick it up, but it does say 106, and it's just a very nice piece. You never usually find fuses like this, so quite happy with that. And then I just put this here just to show you how big this drive band was, and it is the biggest drive band we've found so far. Not the biggest piece, but definitely off the biggest shell, so that's quite nice having that. And this was also in the video, and found one of these last year when we went in October, and this is of a toffee apple mortar, I think, and it does say number 1 there, you see. So it's like a transit plug basically. And I've left that. I found it pretty much like most of the things. I haven't really cleaned anything up apart from these two in the background, which I'll get to, and this here, which I'll also get to. And here we have a Mills grenade base plug, and you can see the date in the middle there of 16, and then it does say Mark 1 in there as well, and with the writing at the bottom. And that would basically go in the base of one of these grenades, a full one obviously. And this was not in my last video, but in my October find video, and this actual grenade hasn't been used, it hasn't been thrown, or the pin hasn't been pulled out, which you can see there because it's still there, and the lever is still partially there. And then you've got the filler cap, which is brass, which is still there as well. And that just means that this has been hit by something else, like some kind of explosive or something that's actually forces to explode prematurely. And then now the one thing I have cleaned up is this, which I don't really know what it is, and it has been in a video before, and I do think it's a butt plate for a gun, but I honestly don't know, and if you do know, please tell me. I'd be very interested to know that. And now we have something that I did find the first time I went there, so this is one of the first times I've shown it, I think. And from what I can tell, it's a German bayonet. You can see there where the groove is and the button there, and then you've got the barrel loop there, and it has obviously broken, but it would have been quite a long bayonet, and this is quite nice condition. So I haven't cleaned that up much either. It's still as it is, rusty and falling apart really, all the rust is coming off. And next is something that I did find when I went in October, but I stupidly didn't video, and it's the top of a scabbard for a bayonet, and you can see there the spring is still intact in there, and there's where it would go in, and that's where the frog would attach onto, which is all in very good condition considering how thin this metal actually is. And now we'll go on to one of the most interesting finds that I personally think, and it's a eyepiece of a German gas mask with all the glass still in there, and it's obviously not intact, but it's still all there. And you see it's all it is in quite good condition considering it's very thin. And I did find one of these before, but it was less than half of it and there was hardly any glass, but this is a full one, which is very nice. So that's where that is, and that I did find the most recent time when I went, but didn't video it because I just forgot. And here we have something that I found the last time I went in October, and which I did video, which you'll see, and it's a spur off a cavalryman's boot, and you can see there the spike wheel that would spin around, and this is where it would attach onto the boot, and there would have been another one here obviously, but it's broken off, but that's still in very good condition. Next we go on to what I assume, because of the pattern and where this is positioned, is a 1916 pattern German mortar round, but I honestly couldn't tell you what else it could have been. It's just where that's positioned and the shape of it, it just looks like it to me. So that's that. And this here is very delicate, but I found about 3 of these, and they're German stick grenades, the bottom half, and you can still see they've still got the wood in here from the wooden handle, and as you see it is falling apart, but you can see there it is burned, so it has exploded and gone off. So that's in reasonable condition. So that's that for the things I found. Now we're going to go on to the most recent things, the better things that I found really. And this here, which you'll probably notice, is a gun. It is most of a gun. As you see, the back end of it is in really bad condition. This shouldn't even be bent around, this should be straight out here, and this trigger, which is here, should be further up here, and obviously the bolt is missing there from here, but the rest is still intact, and the magazine's still there, and really everything's there, but just not in the right place, if that makes sense. And then on top here we've got the sight, which is all very thin but still there, and along the sight, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it here, you can still see 4, 6, and it will go up there, which right next to my thumb there. So that's quite nice having that all there. And I'm not going to do anything else with this, that's just it now cleaned up, and it's going to go on the wall with the rest of my relic rifles. And finally, my favourite find, which is a barrel of a German MG08, and yeah, it's just in such good condition. If I show you here, get that close there, you can still see a S, which is there, and there is some other writing on there which the camera isn't picking up because of the light, but also there's still the leather seal, because this would have been inside a water jacket which would have gone around it, and it would be filled with water so that it keeps the barrel cool. And if I just flip it around, you can see here that is grooves on either side for unscrewing this, so this would have unscrewed. So yeah, and you can see if I just hold it like that, you can see how straight it is. There's nothing wrong with it at all, and yeah, it's just in such good condition. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I might do another one of these because I have a few more things that I haven't videoed, I haven't shown you, but that'll be at a later date. So